Hello, hello. We're here back with another CT Talk. This is CT Talking, and I'm here today is special. We're having a good one today for you. I'm here with my partner, Dr. T, in the STL, St. Louis, Missouri. He's coming, he's working with a new artist, and we're going to bring some light to this whole thing. Dr. T, what they hit for?
Hey, cheers, fans. I'm here with my grandbaby. I don't want to say favorite in public, but she's my favorite.
You can say it.
Well, already done. So anyway, here she is. She can explain herself to herself and to you. This is Samira.
Hey, hi.
Hey,
What's up? What's up?
it's all good.
Good.
What's your name again for the people?
Oh, my name is Samira. I typically go by Sam a lot of the time, but my stage name is Amethyst. So that's typically what's on my YouTube and my music. I call myself Amethyst for those things. Yeah.
Amethyst. And how did you come up with that name?
So I don't even know if this is a correct memory or not, but at one point I remember my mom telling me that she wanted to name me Amethyst before she came up with my current name, and I really liked that. So I was like, my stage name is gonna be Amethyst.
So the music, because that's what we do. That's what we love. What influenced you, or how did you get started in music? I know it, and Dr. T knows it, but the rest of the world doesn't know. So just let them know.
Yeah, so I got started like writing music when I was really young, like when I was in elementary school, middle school, even. Um, and when I started, I didn't really understand how like beats were made, like to go out and find them. So I was just writing to like sounds that was in my head. And eventually I got past that, didn't really like know how to put that together. So um I started finding tracks on YouTube, like free tracks on YouTube to write to. And I came to my grandpa and I was just like, hey, can you record my voice over this track? And like that's pretty much how we got started with a lot with Fallen, which is the first song in like the album that I created with him.
Yeah, falling, searching, running, climbing, trying to find the where of my mind, but it seems so endless.
And my goal when it comes to writing is telling a story, making sure that like I'm not just saying things, like just putting out lyrics just to say whatever, but it has a deeper meaning to me, and it tells a story about how like I go through life and how I think about things. And so like my biggest inspiration when it comes to writing would be like NF, who is he's a rapper, but his one of his things is that music is a therapy session to him, and that's how I kind of treat my own music.
Good, good. Now you mentioned your grandpa. Is that Grandpa Pigeon? Or who is it?
Grandpa, uh, I call him Papa, but to everybody else, that's Dr. T. That's Dr. T
Oh,
for
Dr.
y'all.
T. Ah,
Yeah.
I knew that. I knew it. I was just playing.
hmm
So good. So what is it? What does your future look like?
My future. So in approximately 5 days, I'm going into the Navy.
Hmm.
um, and there's been a lot of different things that have gone into this decision for me. Um, I still like I want to be able to do music as a hobby more so because like I don't want to feel obligated to do it. I just want to do it whenever I want to. And so with that in mind, I want to have a career set in stone for me outside of music as well. And that's I really want to do engineering. And so just because I couldn't like technically afford college at the time, I decided to go through the Navy so that I can get my education and get an engineering degree through them. That way I can make music whenever I want to, and I don't have to worry about my future and my career and stuff.
So, can you read and write music, or you just do it by ear?
Well, I can read. I can read sheet music. I can I can write it, but I don't I mostly just like writing lyrics for the most part. And when it comes to reading sheet music, it's more so because I play violin. So I can do it in reference to my violin. And it's a little bit more difficult for me to do it in reference to my own voice, but like I can pretty much do it that way.
You know, the reason I asked that question, when I went in the army, and my first choice, I wanted to do music. And they said, well, can you read music? And I said, no, I can't read music. And that kind of took me in a different direction. But you know, in the military, there are bands and a lot of music going on there that you could be doing while you're doing your engineer. You could be, also getting into, I knew a young lady who marched in the band. She played a clarinet. And when they did the parade dress, she'd be out there jamming and stuff. So, yeah. But for the engineering side, because engineering is vast. So
Yeah.
what particular are you trying to do in engineering?
So, my goal is eventually to be doing mechanical engineering, but within the Navy, I'm going to be doing nuclear engineering,
Ooh.
which is energy, like nuclear power plants and things like that, power, making sure that the ships have the power that they need to stay afloat,
Good.
which is a really big job and really like I feel like suits me a lot and suits my goals. Um, and I mean, the Navy practically stalked me to get me to do this job. So
Oh, okay. Oh, they recruited you.
basically, yeah.
Good. Okay. See, I was also in nuclear, but I was in nuclear missiles.
Mhm.
My job was to destroy the world. Push the button and just turn everything. But good. Nuclear energy. Wow, that's big. That's big.
Yeah.
So, are you gonna share any of your latest cuts with us? What have you been doing lately in the studio?
Um, lately, I have been so busy. I really have not even. I started writing a song. Um, that's I started writing a song called like that. The name is to be determined right now. Um, but it's kind of has a like feel of like relapsing or like more angry feel about like how um I could say one thing to somebody, I will like let them know how I'm feeling in my head or how I'm going through life, and they'll just completely disregard whatever I said and come up with their own idea of what I said, which really upsets me a lot. And I
Mm-hmm.
basically it's basically talking about how like friendships and like different relationships have like come and gone just due to that lack of understanding that the way I think is not the same as the way that other people think, and that people have to keep that in mind when interacting with me. Like if you're making assumptions about how I'm thinking or making assumptions about how I feel, and things are not going to work out because there's always going to be that disconnect because I say what I mean and I like mean what I say, and there's never going to be that like assumption aspect. And that's pretty much what the song is about. I don't really have a name for it yet, though.
Okay, good. Very, very good. Now, the $1,000,000 question. Oh, we're good at 10 minutes.
Okay.
On that note, as a young American African woman in this nation, in this world, how do you see the future under this administration and under what's going on that you see every day on the news? How do you feel about the future for a young American African woman?
That's so loaded because I have so many thoughts about that. One, because there are just so many different things that make it difficult already, right? It's already so much difficult, and there were already things in place to make it easier.
And something new every day.
Right. There's something new every day, but like this administration is just doing everything that in its power to make it more difficult to take these things away that were already in place. Like, for example, when they got rid of DEI, one um one of the reasons I was even able to afford like one semester of college was because of DEI, like because of the scholarships that I had. And if those scholarships are taken away, like if they're not available to me, I simply can't afford to go to college. Like I can't afford it now, but like it would have been even less so if DEI wasn't in place, right? And the thing about it is people don't understand that DEI is not just quotas. Quotas is not what it's about. Quotas are only used to keep track of data to make sure that people are following DEI. It's only to make it so that if you have 10 contestants, 5 of them are white, 2 of them black, 2 of them like one is like Mexican, one is Asian, one is Indian, that you're not only hiring 5 white people out of all of those things. If they're all qualified and they all have the same qualifications, you have to pick in the range. You can't just pick all 5 white people just because they're white. That's what DEI was meant to do, but people are not understanding that. People are misconstruing the concept to then make it just quotas, when reality is the quotas are just meant to keep these companies in check and make sure that everyone is getting the correct opportunities. So to see like these opportunities get taken away from me, get taken away from a lot of people like me, it's insanity to me. Like, I graduated third in my class with a 3.6 GPA with about 13 courts, which means I was in multiple national societies and clubs on top of also doing sports. Okay, I did all of these different things in college, but I still couldn't afford college, right? I did all those things in high school. But because of this administration doesn't think I'm qualified if DEI is available, then I can't do certain things. No, that's messed up to me. And there are just a whole lot of different things that this administration is putting into place, which is just objectively just fascism at this point. I can't even sugarcoat anything because there are so many different things going on at this point that are just absolutely crazy, that if you were to tell somebody outside of America what was happening, they'd be like, oh yeah, y'all got y'all hands full. Right? So it's just, I'm not happy with the situations, but I'm kind of forcing myself into things to where I know that I'm not going to struggle as much as other people, just because I'm trying to make sure that I can hold my own and I can take care of my own, and just hope that this doesn't get any worse than it already is.
Very good, very good. So that was a good one. Wow. Any closing statements before we close out?
I guess this was great. This was really fun. And I also just want to let everybody know that, like, when it comes to like my life and when it comes to like a lot of different things, I also put a lot of my faith in God too, to like drive me and make sure that like I'm not forcing myself into something that I shouldn't be in, right? And that also kind of helps me drive my music as well, because like as a lot of some people might know, like I don't like using profanity in my music. um like I wouldn't consider my music to be Christian music, but I want it to be fairly accessible to most audiences, and so I don't like using like profanity or different things in my music as well. So there's just like some things that you could take with you, and yeah, go to my YouTube, listen to my music. I worked hard on it. Yeah.
What is your YouTube? What's the YouTube channel? Let them know.
So my YouTube handle is Musical Amethyst. So if you go on there, type that in. YouTube might hide me though, so you have to search, because sometimes YouTube is a little racist and likes to hide my account. So if it doesn't pop up, just like ask somebody else. They might send some links out. You know, I'll do my best to try and get YouTube to not hide me.
Very good, very good. You heard it. You heard it from the youth. And it was truthful. And me, myself, I consider if your music or you got any kind of positive message, it's God. It's God given. So I mean Christian music, or they're trying to put labels on everything. If it's a positive message that can help other people, because we got to get more out of this selfishness and start thinking a worldwide thing. So, very good, Amethyst. I like that name. And your grandpa had to look it up, because I was saying, amethyst, isn't that a stone? Or something? I knew it had something to do with a stone. So yeah, we had to look it up and find out that's it. And that's perfect. Oh, that must be Grandpa Pigeon standing behind you. You remember Grandpa Pigeon's? The store? I know you don't remember.
Way before her time period. Yeah.
Grandpa Pigeon. Yeah. So thank you again.
No
and
problem.
very good. That was a good show. CT Talk. CT is talking. Thank you.